Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that. What an exciting day on Friday. We have Roku up 34%, Neo up 13%, Palantir up 13%, Lucid up 8%, Pinterest up 6%, and the list goes on and on. Even Baba was up 6%, and they're now above $100 per share. With a huge earnings week coming up this week, starting off Monday, we have SoFi reporting earnings Monday before open. Monday after the close, not much going on. Tuesday before open, we have Norwegian, which is a cruising company. All right, so we can get some indicators by looking at CCL and Royal Caribbean. We also have Uber reporting. We have Pfizer, Caterpillar, JetBlue, SunPower, and the list goes on and on. JetBlue will also be a good one to be looking into because we can get a little bit of an idea from American Airlines. All right, Tuesday after the close, we have AMD, we have Starbucks, we have Pinterest, MicroStrategies, Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE. So you can see how many companies are reporting just in the first 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. But it does not stop there because it gets even crazier on Wednesday and Thursday with Amazon, Apple, and Coinbase after the close on Thursday cleaning up. But let's rewind a little bit to Wednesday before the open. We have CVS Health. We have Kraft Heinz, another big food company. And then after the close, it gets spicy with PayPal, Shopify, Qualcomm, Unity, and Robinhood. Also, Etsy reporting on earnings there. So an exciting week to say the least. If we go over to Thursday before the open, we have Warner Brothers, which I think they either released Barbie or Oppenheimer. I forget which one it was. So could be good on guidance for Warner Brothers, but definitely do a deep dive into it before making any moves. Expedia, Moderna, and Hasbro, more big companies reporting, but after the close is what everyone wants to see: Amazon, Apple, and Coinbase. What are they going to report? It's been a really good quarter for big, well, not a really good quarter, but it's been a good start to the year in general for cryptocurrency. So we'll definitely want to dive into Coinbase later on this week, Airbnb, DraftKings, Block, and even Fubo TV, which if you've been watching the YouTube channel for a few weeks or even about a month now, we hit a nice swing trade on Fubo TV and even bigger in the close friends list. And if you're not sure what stocks to buy, when to buy them, what stocks to buy leading up to earnings week, make sure you join the Discord or the close friends list. Now thousands of positive testimonials, and you can see the success coming through. Great trading day for me. We have Friday was a great day for a lot of people, up 163%. Another trade up $354, 200%. And the list goes on and on. In the last month, up $4,000, 26%. That's one of our top traders in our group that posts the trades to follow along with. Along with my trades, obviously, I'm posting when to buy, where to buy, expiration date, strike prices on options. We also have other top traders you can follow along with and a VIP chat room to chat with every single person that's posting their results in this group, is in that VIP chat group. So much success is to go around, so come join the VIP group and come join the family. So the first stock we're going to be talking about in this video is ticker symbol AMD, and let's do a full update on AMD because we haven't talked about them in a while on the channel. So did you forget about AMD yourself? They're only up 2.2% in the past month, by the way. However, in the past 3 months, they're up 24%. So they had a good run over the last 3 months. But if you compare them to a ticker symbol like NVIDIA, we can see NVIDIA up 68% in the past 3 months and up 162 in the past year. NVIDIA is reporting closer to the end of August, by the way, so we won't talk too much about them in this video. Let's get back to AMD, which is only up 25% in the past year compared to 162% on AMD. So can AMD stock, is this the time where it could hit all-time highs? Is it a stock that could even go past all-time highs and go to around $200 per share? let's talk about it. If you don't know what AMD is, by the way, they engage in the provision of semiconductor business. So in a lot of ways, they are very similar to NVIDIA, but in a lot of ways, they're very different also. As we scroll down, we can see that they have a market cap of 180 billion. And if we compare that directly with something like NVIDIA, market cap on NVIDIA is closer to 1.1 trillion. So it's a huge difference, almost 5 times the size of AMD. With a PE ratio on AMD at 468, it could be extremely overvalued or considered to be extremely overvalued, especially considering NVIDIA is 242. So one of its direct competitors' PE ratio is half the size. But we would probably want to look on the forward PE ratio on AMD anyway. Now, there are a few headlines that you definitely want to consider, like AMD stock, which is largely controlled by institutional shareholders who own 73% of the company. We can see that this AI chip maker, AMD, continues to outflank the competition. We also can see that AMD plans a 400 million expansion into India. But what we really want to dive into is what awaits for AMD in the Q2 earnings. Okay, it's set to release August 1st, which is Tuesday. After hours, by the way, AMD expects second quarter 2023 revenue to be 5.3 billion plus or minus 300 million, which indicates a year-over-year decline of 19% and approximately flat. We also expecting the EPS to come in at 57 cents per share, unchanged over the past 30 days. This figure indicates a decline of 45% on a year-over-year basis, which is another bearish thing to see a headline for. 45% decline on EPS and an 18% decline on their revenue. So some factors at play. We have AMD's second quarter top line growth is expected to have suffered from lower client segment revenues due to weak PC markets, sluggish data centers, and wireless infrastructure trends. Per Gartner, which is an analyst's latest report, we have global PC shipments totaled 59.7 million units in the second quarter alone of 2023, which was down 16.6% year over year. We also can see some more revenues were declining. Our model estimate data center revenues to be declining also. However, AMD results are expected to benefit from an expanding partner base and strong demand for a certain DPU that they use, which is a processing unit, and expanding product portfolio that includes the first ASICs-based data center media accelerator is expected to have benefited from top-line growth. During the to-be-reported quarter, AMD announced the new lineup of AMD Ryzen and another chip series processor. Remember, they're all semiconductor things, all these weird names that they have. They're different processing units and semiconductors because that's what the business lies on, just like NVIDIA. So they're planning to announce several new chips that are going to be able to compete with NVIDIA, by the way. It is designed to deliver high-performance 1080p gaming, streaming, and content creation with high fidelity. AMD announced another new chip processing mobile unit, which featured the most advanced and power-efficient x86 processor on Premier Windows 11 business laptop on the mobile workstation. AMD also announced the addition of two new workload-optimized processors, fourth generation AMD processing with AMD 3DV technology, which is ideally suited for demanding technical computing workloads, which is going to be very sought after because that's what a lot of NVIDIA is doing, is the demanding technical computing workloads. They have chips that could handle that very easily. In terms of the partnership, AMD announced its expanding collaboration with Hewlett Packard to provide support to the new modular and multi-protocol storage solution, HPE Altera Storage MP, with AMD EPYC embedded series processors. AMD also announced the continuation of its relation with Amazon Web Services with a preview of next generation Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud M7A instance based on 4th generation AMD EPYC processor. All these numbers and letters for these processors, but it is important because they all mean something different. But what we really need to know is, are they going to be able to compete with Nvidia? Are they able to compete with Intel? And the data says yes. So what this model is saying, it ranks on number one, which is strong buy, number two, which is just a buy, or number three, which is a hold or stay away in this case. And the model for Zach's rank says it's a number three, which is a hold or stay away. Now, if we look at AMD's balance sheet, we can see that the assets to liabilities are extremely in the favor of the assets, with only an 18% asset to liability, with 67 billion in assets and only 12 billion in liabilities. That's an A++ on their balance sheet. Where they get a little bit concerning is if we look at their net income, because we can see that it was growing from 2019 to 2020 to 2021, but they've had a little bit of a hiccup in 2022 with only 1.3 in net income. But where it really gets scary is if we go to the quarterly graph, we can see that it's not getting any better. For the last 4 quarters, they've only had around 500 million in their net income. So it's getting lower, lower, lower. And look at the quarterly report. It's now in the negatives, and we're seeing a negative 140 million. Now, this quarter, AMD is expected to bounce back and at least report a positive earnings net income. However, if they report another negative quarter as a surprise, that's going to be something that tanks AMD stock as much as 15 to 20%. So now that's a rare thing. It probably won't happen. But if we do, I definitely won't be sitting on my hands. I'll definitely be picking up some shares of AMD for a long-term swing trade and possibly some option calls too. Personally, I think the best thing to do with AMD is to stay away while they report earnings on Tuesday after hours. Let them report earnings, see which way the stock moves, and if it moves down under $100 per share, which is definitely a possibility, then I'm going to be picking up a lot of shares for a nice swing trade, because I think AMD has the potential to go to $150 per share, $154 per share or higher. So I hope you guys appreciate that video, but make sure you're subscribed with post notifications on, because we're going to be doing 2 more updates this week on earnings, because there's so many different stocks to talk about. So make sure you are subscribed, because there will be 2 new uploads before Friday, all for earnings, an earnings spectacular. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Make sure you share this video with a friend, because you know it was an absolute banger. And as long as you keep liking these videos, I will keep making them for you guys. So I will see you in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.